was our takeaway yesterday on the topic?
When you come to an intersection, you want to drop 10 and cover the brake. Stop behind the stop mark,
Double check, a double look.
and then creep ahead.
Yeah. That's at any intersection, right?
Yeah.
We went over the first 3 levels. Were there any considerable takeaways from any of the 3? Because that's pretty much across the board with stopping.
You want to be extra careful at the slanted ones, the offset.
Offset.
All 3s.
Try and avoid them.
Yep, try to avoid them, reroute them.
Yeah, go around, go block out of your way if you have to.
Yep. That extra 20 seconds of time for driving around the block might save you 2-3 hours in an investigation.
Right.
So today, I'm going to talk about an incident that occurred yesterday. Driver servicing container. First off, he gets to location, and there's a bunch of recyclables all over the ground. So he has to reverse the order that he usually dumps the cans in. Okay. So what is that?
Routine breaker.
Routine breaker, right from the get-go. So instead he decides to go through and service the cans in reverse order, which, of course, every single one is a routine breaker then because he backs out a different way and he pulls forward into it a different way. Gets to the second last container, and now he's got the sun in his mirrors, and he's trying to back into the sun. He thinks he sees a car coming. So when he sees that, thought that a car came in, he kind of fixated on his right side mirror and continued back. So what should we do in that situation?
Stop and get out.
Stop and get out. Okay. My answer was anytime, and this is going forward, we've talked about it before, but anytime that we have that second guess, we need to set the parking brake and we need to reset. Not just put your foot on the brake. Put it in neutral, set the parking brake, rethink what you're doing. You need to get out and make sure that you verify that no one's back there. Okay? So, when he was doing this, he was also backing at an angle. Okay, because you have a fence here, you have your containers here, and there's 6 containers here. So he's at the second to the last one on the south side, and when he backs up, he decided to back at an angle this way instead of just backing straight up and then pulling into that. So what type of a hazard does that cause when you decide to back and turn when you have limited visibility?
Blind spot, yeah.
You have a blind spot. Okay. So how can we get away from doing that?
Back straight up and then pull ahead. Or if you have to, back to your left. See, go right.
So they always tell you back to your driver's side.
Back to your driver's side? Okay, that's what he
They
did
always
though.
told us.
So he backed to his driver's side and he hit it with his left side.
Back straight.
Back straight up.
That's what we can do. But see, then when they tell you back out of an alley or something like that, they tell you back to your driver's side.
See, but what type of things can change that though? What things can come up that make you change how your methodology is?
Vehicle in the way or a pedestrian.
Was there a vehicle in there?
There was not. He must have just saw a glare from his mirror or something. What I'm looking for is when you drive into a site, what do you scan for right away?
Yeah, these are
Objects.
Anything, fixed objects, there you go. So if you have a fixed object on that side, you don't want to steer towards it.
Right.
If you have limited visibility, right? So instead you just back straight up and then turn into it as you drive it forward. If you have to kind of adjust after that, you're making a much smaller adjustment in comparison to trying to turn your vehicle back. So,
I would have just knocked the second container through all the mountain and then went down the right way of doing it.
yeah, that's kind of what I went over with it too, but it was one routine breaker after another and there was no reset. didn't stop to think about it, he was just like, oh, well, I'll do it this way then. And then one thing led to another, which led to another. But, what's our takeaway for today, guys? Our
Get your
takeaways?
reset button.
Get your reset on, yeah, honestly.
Stop it.
How are we gonna make sure we do that, that we reset?
Stop
Going
it.
forward.
Get out.
What do we wanna hear every time?
The break. Hold the break.
Hold that
Hold
break.
the park break.
That way you know that you're taking that few seconds to actually breathe and figure out what you're gonna do next, instead of just reacting.
Done all that. Stop and just, okay, what am I doing? Just get myself back in line.
Right, stop and reset your routine.
It's the last winter.
And then with fixed objects, what do we need to make sure we do when we have fixed objects?
Don't fixate on it, don't back out towards it.
Very good. All right, let's have a safe day.
Use this.